WoodwardSports.com chat thread, and you guys are on. We're getting to be about business, D-Mac. I can tell here on a Tuesday. The chat room's about business today. None of the fluff, none of that stuff.
No, I think, we're through the preseason. You got a week to get ready for the big Thursday night game. I think people are all business, and they want to hear, this is all reality. That's coming through. And I think that what I've seen in the chat thread about everybody realizing that it's not same old Lions, that everything you're saying about Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell and this organization operating like a true NFL organization does, has goals, like real true goals and aspirations of winning the North and having a home playoff game and win the playoff game. You don't just hear it from us or anybody in the media. You don't hear it just from the fans. You hear it from the players themselves. And I think that's such a great luxury because it's real.
And D-Mac, what are you seeing now too, right? Like all these trades that are going on, and we've talked about this a lot. Prepare yourselves, everybody. The trade deadline at the NFL this year is going to be NBA, NHL-esque.
And you know what? The one thing I was thinking between breaks too is when we were talking, on James Houston about being a value, is that you actually have assets and value in younger guys that other teams might want. I mean, this is.
And how about this too, D-Mac? If you moved them, there's somebody else there to do the job too.
And there is something, and I you look at Chase Lucas, who just was cut, and I saw the response mostly was hopefully he goes through and gets on the practice squad. You saw him the other day in the game. He did. To me, he did everything that he could possibly do. It shows you the depth that they have in the secondary room right now. Now, you look at that as a small example, right? But the guys compete for jobs, but we have some young, talented guys that coming, like you said. And haven't we seen the evolution of the trade deadline of free agency and all sort of sports? So we just came out of NHL free agency talking about the restricted guy. It's about we got one and they're breaking. It's about the restricted guy in the NHL. Though it never used to be like that. You look at the NFL, never trade. Trade was made for a 6th or 7th rounder. That's it. Now there's actually players. There's actually moves. It's getting more excited, and especially excited when your guy is competent, and then you have value on your team, and you can go get value, like you said.
How about this, D-Mac? And I, there's 100 different directions I want to go. I can already tell this show is getting off, to just an absolutely crazy start. And there's a bunch of different directions I want to go. Hey, you got a lot of directions you can go this weekend, too. Woodward Sports love of college football. That's a direction you need to go. Saturday mornings, pregame. I just got done telling you, nobody is doing football the way Woodward Sports is doing it. 8:30 to 10:30. Spencer Raxter, Easy, Flannel Sam, and more. All the rivalries represented. You ready for some college football kickoff this Saturday, everybody? Get it in, 8:30 to 10:30. Woodward Sports, love of college football, our best college football people out there, getting you ready to rock on a college football Saturday. We got you all weekend long here on Woodward Sports Network. Speaking of, here's some breaking news too, D-Mac, and I'm just going to go ahead and crack my knuckles a little bit. And loosen up.
You get credit for this one?
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you know that. We've known each other long enough. Spenmo, I'm gonna, just do the juicy J.
This one comes out of Neil's bag.
And there's been a couple of these.
Hit this one right on the club face.
Dirty South Wolverine. Need to find a kicker. Find one. Detroit Supremacy. This is my favorite one. Trade him for a top-tier kicker. A kicker is far more valuable than a 6th-round pick. Oh, they are?
No.
Because I was told they're not.
A kicker is not more valuable than James Houston. That's ridiculous.
I'm not saying he is.
Detroit Supremacy's a troll, though.
But I will say that,
Neil,
Spenmo, are you concerned a little?
No, I'm not.
You're not concerned about the kicker spot at all?
No,
Spenmo, you're lying for the show.
I'm not.
Spenmo.
I'm good with Riley Patterson.
Neil, can we just say that at this moment, right, it looks like maybe your decision or what you wanted in drafting Jake Moody, right, at kicker in the third round instead of Hendon Hooker. You know, that's the question of scruples that Brad Holmes went with. You're going to trust and go with. Now, is this not only is something absolutely brand new because we're talking about a special teams player in the Detroit Lions, which we haven't talked about, right? Because we've had Jason Hansen and Matt Prater and all these Eddie Murray and all these great kickers and stuff like this. But now we are. If there is a concern, I think number one concern for me would be the kicker, right? Spenny, would your number one concern on this team be the kicker right now?
No, my number one concern on this team is still the interior defensive line to see how that shapes out.
Okay, but where's the kicker line? Is he in the top three?
I'm not worried about kicker. Riley Patterson was fine when he was out. It's not like he was shanking all these.
I know, but he's banging him off the crossbar from 50, coming up shorter than 10 Danny DeVitos, as Ludacris would say.
That is true.
It's a great line.
That is a great line.
Sorry, I didn't write it, but it's true. Okay. Spencer, you know what's going to happen one of these Mondays, right?
If they lose by an extra point or a field goal,
you've opened yourself up to that.
Yeah,
Is that fair?
Fine. That's fine.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what else is going to happen one of these Sundays? James Houston's going to have a strip sack fumble, and everybody's going to be like, "Wow."
No, I don't think it's straight. I don't think we're comparing
kicker.
that. I think the question is the kicker one of the most, and I think you're right, Spenny. There's, whether it's linebacker or interior, we need to see, but you can't say kicker is third. Number
I'm not
3
saying,
on the list. And you're not saying trade
James Houston for a kicker.
No.
What if it was Justin Tucker, though?
Oh, all day.
All
day. But you're talking about one of the greatest ever. Like, way to go.
That's one of the best kickers ever, though.
Well, hey, we're not dicking around here. All right?
Spenny put Danny Rackster on.
That'd be a great drop.
I used to take Justin Tucker all the time, super early.
Well, you only hit 6
I
from
did it this
67.
year. Yeah. I did it this year, man.
I saw a
What
video
round?
of him hitting an 87-yard field goal in pregame.
What round?
All 6.
Okay.
6 or 7.
Your team, Neil? You didn't want to send it?
Was there
No, because no one gives a
murmurs?
shit about your fantasy
But
team.
you said, I sent my team, and you guys critique it, but you can't send your team, so I can
said
critique
6 and
it.
8, and I said you might be able to go 7 and 7.
And Jeff
it's a
Iafrate
very
said
nice
Neil
team.
doesn't know ball.
Okay.
Fantasy ball, that's what he said.
Okay.
Jeff Iafrate.
You guys got a feud going, man.
Wait, is it deflecting? Does the bottom line have like an ally in Iafrate or him and Sam like shooting at you?
All
now?
I know is this. Me and D-Mac here at this network, it's like a bar fight back in the day. Me and D-Mac and everybody here on
Go
Big D
protect the
Energy,
girls, Neil.
BMG, Spencer Raxter, we're all going back to back, and we'll fight our way to the door.
Mikey, go get the car. Neil, protect the girls. Spenny, come on.
Yeah. all I know is whether it's fighting or golf, Big D Energy is watching all of the shows.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
it. That's all. And Spenmo, like,
Oh, that's straight facts.
yeah.
Spitting
Even
facts.
if we're trapped in the back of the bar, because this happened to me one night in Oscoda.
Yeah.
Even if we're in the back of the bar, you
Oscoda.
just go back to back and you just fight your way to the door.
I pushed a dude through like 8 bar stools one time, and he
Of course you did.
He was literally like went flying, and it was like a scene out of a movie. Like all the bar stools were all over the place, and he was like in the corner curled up.
Spenny, we do that every other Friday.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
And look, again, I want it on the record. I'm not talking about trading James Houston for a kicker. However, Steve is open to trading James Houston. Trade James Houston for 15% of never having to hear Rod call in again.
Rod.
Ooh.
Rod.
He did tap into the morning show, Neil.
Who did?
Rod.
What do you have to say?
I didn't listen to the whole thing because
Nobody does.
Yeah, but I actually had to come in here and take over for the audio, and they made me cut him off. So I've cut Rod off twice now.
Yeah. C. Gerald, kicker is concerning, but not enough to do dumb shit like trading what might be a double-digit sack every year for guaranteed extra points and probable field goals when you have a top 3 offense. See, Gerald, I put it on the record. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying it is a problem.
It could be a problem. You can't. You have to take Spenny's right. If you're both right. We're all right. Is it a concern? But it shouldn't be the number one concern. You got to give him. He's gonna get the benefit of the doubt, so you might as well ride with it until he doesn't. You can say, "I told you guys so. I told you guys so." We're willing to take that chance, right, Spenny?
That's fair.
Yeah.